Hi everyone, I'm Chris Thompson with the Edigy Online Marketing Team, and in this video tutorial, I'll show you how to easily make an effective, inexpensive, and professional looking website that'll make you stand out above your competition. So I'm assuming that since you're watching this video, you have probably looked into the options available to you out there, and you know that there are millions of options out there. And they can range from inexpensive to thousands of dollars. So how do you know which one to go with? Well, this is our specialty, so we have tried out hundreds of the available options out there. And we have found that for our clients who would rather spend time focusing on what they do for their business rather than on web design, and some of them may not have the greatest technical skills. So we had to find an option out there that's simple, easy to use, gives professional results, and is inexpensive. And we have found one option that delivered the best on this, and that is Intuit. They're under $10 a month, and they offer drag and drop software. They also offer all the bells and whistles that you would normally get by paying a web designer thousands of dollars. So with this do-it-yourself tutorial, I'll walk you through in about 20 minutes setting up your own website, and you can try everything out for 30 days. And if you decide you like the results and you want to stick with them, I think they charge you, I think right now it's $7.99 a month, $7.99 a month, which really proves that online advertising and online marketing is really inexpensive and incredibly effective. So if you haven't already done so, go to edigy.com, our website, and just submit your email address to get free access to our toolbox, which will then let you into the dashboard where you can find all the links that you'll need. And I recommend that you shrink this video screen down to about half and open up another browser on the right hand side so you can watch this video and build your website right along next to it, and just pause the video when you need to. So let's get started. We'll have your new website up and running in under an hour. So once you've gotten your free access code and have logged in to our website, it will take you to the dashboard, which is also called the Success Toolkit. And this is where you will find all the tools you need to set up a complete online marketing presence for your company. So if you go to the tab marked Websites, so you can either click on Website Setup under the Websites tab, or you can click on Website on the dashboard. Both will take you to the same place. And just like anything else, the best way to start is by having an outline. So we have provided you with a free outline for your website content. Our outline will make your website an effective lead generating machine and not just a pretty place card. So if you download our free content outline, you can then get your content ready so we can begin building your website. And once you've done that, you are ready to get started. So there are two things that all websites will need. Doesn't matter which software you use or which hosting company, but you will need website software that actually builds the visual website you'll see, and hosting, which basically keeps your website published on the web. And like I've mentioned before, we've tried many, and we're most happy with Intuit Homestead website. They provide you the software, so you don't need to spend thousands on software. It's really easy to use, and their hosting is really inexpensive. So you can try their software and their hosting out for 30 days. So if you click on the link in step 2, you can test it and try it out for yourself. And once you've got access to their software, I'm going to walk you through how to set up your account, choose a design, customize it, and publish it onto the web so your website's out there for customers to find you. So once you've taken advantage of their free trial, you can go to their login page, and I'm just going to enter my user ID here and password. And this is what it'll look like once you've already set up your website. And you can have more than one if you've signed up for their larger package. And everything you need to get access to is right on the left hand side here. And I can either choose to work with the current site that I have by picking it from the drop down menu, or create a new site by clicking on this link. And I name my new site here, and then I just click on add this site. And it's easiest to start with a template and just change the template. So I'm going to click on choose design, and this will give me access to over 2,000 templates. And I can look through them either by the pages, and you can see there's over 100 pages of templates here, or I can browse through by industry. And once I've found one that I think I like, I can click on it to get a better look. And this one looks pretty good, so I'm going to click on choose this design. And it's going to open up the design to be edited in Site Builder Lite. And this is a good software, but I prefer to work with the regular site builder. It gives you more options and more customization. So I'm going to go to my account so I can download the free site builder software. And I simply click on the download site builder, and I already have it saved on my computer. And if you click on the link to download the site builder, it will walk you right through downloading it. And once you've downloaded it, you'll go back into the screen and click on Edit Site. And that drop down arrow will give me the choice to work in either Site Builder Lite or regular Site Builder. So I'm going to choose regular Site Builder. And it will open up the software and open up my website so I can customize it. So here is my website, opened up in the software, and you can see all of the elements here. That's why they call it WYSIWYG software. What you see is what you get. So basically, as you're working, you can see how everything will look once it's published to the web. All of your options are up at the top here, as well as they are listed underneath the drop-down menus. And like I mentioned before, one of the great things about this software is its ease of use, and you can simply just click on any of the elements and drag and drop them with your mouse. And I can simply resize things just by grabbing the edge of the picture and dragging it larger or smaller. And I don't need to worry about messing anything up, because if I do, I can simply go to the Edit drop-down menu and click Undo. So I don't need to worry about messing anything up. I can just simply click Undo. And this site is set up for a 5-page site, and you can see all of the pages listed at the top. So if I want to work on any of the pages, I just simply click on that tab. It will open up that page for me to edit. Everything's really user-friendly. So I'm going to jump right in and start making my 5-page website. First, I'm going to make sure that all the tabs at the top are the pages that I want in my site. And everything looks good except for the products page. Instead of that, I want a services page. So I'm going to delete the products page and add a services page. So to do this, first step is I need to hit the red X here to close the page. And you can see to the left, we're currently working in Page Editor, and I'm going to go to Page Files so that I can delete that products page. And I found the products page, so I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click Delete, and it will walk me right through deleting it. So I'm just going to follow the steps, and now that page is permanently deleted, and I'm going to go back into Page Editor and add a services page in place of that. So I'm going to click on Add New Page, and a dialog box will come up and walk me right through it. And I can scroll through the different pages available to get the style that I want. And I found it, so I'm going to highlight that, and then I'm going to give the page a name. And then I want to make sure that I have the box clicked below to add it to the navigation bar. And the navigation bar is that scroll bar you see on all websites that says Home, About Us, Contact Us, gives you all the pages listed in the website. I want to make sure this page shows up there, so I'll click that. And then I'll click Next, and then it will give me options as to where I want that page to show in rank on the navigation bar. Once I set that, I'll click Finish, and then you can see my new pages up here. And I would just use that same sequence to add as many pages as needed. But I'm just going to start with the 5-page site. So I have the foundation set for my website. I have all the pages set up. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the content. I'm going to go to the index page, and the index is always the home page. Search engines know the home page as the index, so you need to leave that page labeled as index. Just remember, it's always your home page. So to add content, I'm just going to double click on the typeset wherever I want to add content. And you can see the cursor moving just like in Microsoft Word, and I can start typing. And anytime I click on an element and I want more options, I just go to the right hand side of the screen. And you can see here, again, it's just like Microsoft Word. You can choose your font, you can choose bold, you can change the type color. I can make it look any way I want. And to change the rest of the text on the page, again, I just click on the text box. And if I don't want it, I can just hit the delete button. Or if I want to move it around, I can just drag it anywhere on the screen. And that's how I would change any of the text on any of the pages. So now I'm going to go ahead and change the pictures. And I'm going to replace the existing picture. I'm just going to click on that picture, hit delete on my keyboard, and then go up to the image icon and click on that. And just like most email programs, you would add your image just like you would add a attached file to an email. So I'm going to browse my computer for the image I want to add. Or I can click Image Library, which will give me thousands of photos to choose from that come with the Homestead software. So I'll just click on the one I want and click add, and it will add it to it. And again, something really nice with this software is many programs, when an image is too large, it will tell you and it won't import it. This software will resize the image for you. So it's telling me this image is too big. It will make it smaller. So I'll just hit OK. And you can see it'll still bring it in pretty big. And I can just resize it by clicking the edges of the picture and resizing it to the size I want. And then I'm just going to drag it over to where I want the picture to be. And now it looks good, but the white box behind it, which is basically a frame around it, is too big. So I'm going to click on that and just drag that to the size I want to resize it. And that looks good. And I also want to show you how you can change the colors of the elements on the screen. This gray box behind the picture, I can just click on that. And again, once I click on an element, I can edit it over on the right hand side. And I can choose from a drop down menu of different colors. And it will change the color. And again, let's say I didn't like that. I can simply undo it by going to the edit button and clicking undo. So I've showed you most of the basics on this page. Let's go to the next page. So to go to the next page to edit, I'll just click on the tab of the page I want to edit, and that opens it up. And again, I'll just click on the element that I want to edit. So on this page, I'm going to edit some of the pictures towards the bottom of the screen. So I'll just click on the scroll bar to scroll down, and I'm going to click on the picture, and then I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard to delete it. And same thing with the one next to it, as well as all the other elements in the area where I want to add my pictures. So this time, instead of adding just a picture, I want to add a photo gallery. So next to the image icon is photo gallery. I'll click on that. And just like adding a picture, it will open up the dialog box. And I'm going to choose the first picture that I want to add, and it'll again resize it. So I'm going to drag the picture down to where I want it to show on the web page. And because this is a photo gallery, it's actually going to show up on the page as a thumbnail, which means when someone clicks on it, it will show up larger. So I'm going to go to the right hand side of the screen and increase the size of the thumbnail. And now I'm going to add more photos to my photo gallery. So I'm going to hit the plus button over here and choose the picture that I want. Import that and add another picture again by hitting the plus button. And you can pretty much get the idea. And so I want to see what this is going to look like when it's on the internet. So I'm going to go up here and hit the save button and then hit publish. And what the publish button is it's actually publishing it to the web so it will be visible online. So I'm just going to follow the dialog box to publish it. And it's uploading all of my files to the internet. And here's what my site looks like so far online. So if I go down to my photo gallery and click on one of the photos, it will open up a gallery. And it will let me scroll from one picture to the next. And so I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to close out of the online version of the web page. And I'm going to go back to edit the rest of the site. So I'm going to click on the next page that I want to edit. And same as the other pages, I just double click on any element that I want to change. And whichever element I want to edit, I'll click on that, and over on the right hand side will open up the property box for that element. So before I changed colors on the background area, but you can also choose custom colors so that it matches your logo. And you just go down to the very last color selection and you'll see custom color. And that will let you open up the color box and choose different shades of color. And again, if I want to undo it, I just go up to edit and click undo, and it will undo one change at a time. So I would make all the changes on that page that I want and go on to the next page. And this is a contact us page. It has a map and a form, which means when the website user clicks on the form and fills it out, it will get sent to my email box. And I can resize any of those elements just by clicking on them. And then I'm going to click on the submit button and go over to the properties box, and it will show me what my website user will see when they click to submit. And I can change the email address so it will go to my email inbox. So I'm going to go back over to the form and show you how you would add one of these to a page if it wasn't already on there. And it's really easy. Again, you just go up to the top of the screen And under the communication box, click on that. It will open up a whole bunch of options. And under forms, you will see all the different types of fields that you can add. I'm just going to click on one line text box and add that. And it's that easy. I'll just drag it down to where I want it to be and I'll resize it. And again, since I'm clicked on that element, it will open up the property box to that element over on the right hand side. And I can click a box to make sure this field is required. So the web user would have to enter something in this field. And if there was not a submit button there, the user would not be able to submit this information, so you always need a submit button with forms. If you didn't have one, you can add it again from communication. It would just go ahead and add it. And now for the map. These maps are pretty slick. You just click on the map, and again it will open up the properties for that element over on the right hand side of the page. And I would type in the address of my business here, and that's all I need to do. And then I want to show you how to add a link, such as your email. I'd go over here and highlight by holding down the left click on my mouse and dragging across the text that I want to highlight, and go up to the top of the screen and hit link. And I could either enter another web page or website here, or here in this case my email address I'll type in, and then whether I want it to open in a new browser or the current browser. I always have everything open up in a new browser because I don't want to take customers away from my website. So I'll fill that in and click OK. And then I want to save my work and publish it so it's live on the internet. And so here's what my web page would look like. And it's pretty neat. If I click on the map, it will open up a directions box where I can type in my address. It will give me directions and allow me to print them out, which is a great feature for your customers. So I'm going to go and edit the very last page. I'm almost done. And again, I'll do that just by clicking on the tab that I want to open. And I would just edit everything on that page in the same fashion I have on all the others. And once that's done, there's just one more step. Now that I have all the content and pictures and maps and email forms on all my pages, there is something that I need to do to each of the pages so that they show up correctly in search engine results. Then go back to the home page and start with that page first. And I'm going to do the same thing for every page. So I'm on the home page, and I'm going to go to the top of the screen and hit the page info button to open up the page properties editor on the right hand side. And you'll notice if I click on the page title here, how it reads. And I'm going to go ahead and save and publish this page to the web so you can see where this title shows up online. When my page opens on the internet in an internet browser, you can see right here at the tab, this is where my title shows up. This is also the same title that will show up if somebody saves your page under their favorites. So I want to title that correctly. I also want it to be descriptive, which will help raise my search engine ranking if it's descriptive and describes my business or my services or products. This is also the spot where I can change what color my active links will show up as, and I can change the background color. And pay close attention to the footer at the bottom of a web page. I'll show you what I mean. If I publish this page and look at it in a web browser, at the very bottom of the page, you'll see the footer. If you don't change the footer here, it will usually say Intuit websites. So I would go ahead and change this, either to no footer or your own personalized. And then again, I just save and publish my work. One more step and I'm almost done. The meta tags. This is very important. This is one of the many elements that search engines use to rank your site when people type in a search under Google, Yahoo, or the others. So you definitely want to fill this out on each of your pages. You want to have a nice descriptive sentence here about this page in your website. So I'll type that in, and then I want to add keywords. And keywords are descriptive words about your products or services or company, the content that's on this particular page. And you will want to type in as many as you can think of and separate each word or phrase by a comma. These are words that people may possibly type into a search engine looking for your products or services. So say for example I was a builder. I would type in here builder. I would type in here a city and state that I am located in. I would also type in all the city and states that I work in. I would type in my specialties. The more the better. And then there's an advanced tab, and you should rarely if ever use this. So I'm going to go ahead and save and publish my work again. And I'm going to go to each and every page in my website and click on the page info and edit that for each and every page. And then I'm going to spell check every one of my pages by clicking on the spell icon. And with that, you would pretty much have a website customized for your business, but I want to show you how to do a couple extra features. Let's say, for example, you have words that you want to be overlapped over a picture. This one, for example, you would not be able to see, so I'm going to change the text color. And I can resize the text box by dragging and dropping it, which will move the text around. And I can go up to the Format button and choose which layer I want the text. If I want the text to be behind the picture or in front of the picture, you can choose which layer you want your elements to be in by simply going up to that Format box. There are so many things you can do with this software. You can add PayPal buttons to it, you can add a simple store, and you can add a complete storefront to it. Our second video on advanced website options shows how to add all of those as well as how to add shopping carts to this website that don't cost any extra money. You can get access to that video on Edigy.com in the marketing toolkit. These other options let you add the weather, calendars, clocks, all types of things to your website. And you can add Facebook like buttons, as well as Twitter, and other elements. We again go over that in our advanced video on Edigy.com. Another popular feature is scrolling text. You may want to do this to call attention to a sale or an event, and just like all the other elements, you just simply click on that option and it will add it to your site. Go over to the properties bar on the right, and simply type in the text that you want. And then save and publish. And you can see how it will appear. And you can drag it so it scrolls across your entire screen. And if you want to add more text, you would just simply click on the text box and it will add a text box for you. Double click in that to edit the text. And then anytime you've done a lot of work to your site, you want to make sure to go to the file and save all of your pages and then publish entire site. That way all of your work has been published to the internet. And I'm going to close out of my site builder software, and just as a refresher for you, to get back into your site to edit at any time, you'll just choose your site name from the drop down menu and click on the edit site arrow and edit with site builder. And I've been logged out, so I'm going to log back in just by going to the Homestead Intuit login page. And I want to show you a great important feature that will allow you to measure the success of your site. This button over on the right that says View Stats. It will let you know how many people have visited your site. It's very detailed. It will allow you to know where your customers are coming from, where they're finding you, if they're finding out about your website from social networks or from search engines, and even what keywords they're using. It will also let you to see what time they've browsed your site. So perhaps you have radio ads running at a certain time each day. In theory, you may see a correlation here between the time of day your ads are running and what time of day your website's getting traffic. You can even see how many minutes each visitor is spending on each page. That will help you measure the effectiveness of your wording on each page. Watch this carefully and tweak it until you see results. When you're in your account on the left-hand side, there are extra services that you can get. You can get your own domain name, such as yourcompany.com, and other add-on services. And again, our advanced video goes into those as well as some more inexpensive options. Our advanced video will even get into affiliate marketing, so you can have paid ads on your website where you will actually get paid to have these ads run on your website, as well as how to get your website ranked in the top of the search engine results. So your website should be complete now and published on the web. The last step to do is submit it to the search engines. So if you log back into Edigy.com and go to the dashboard and then go to the website tab, the very last step is how to submit your website to the search engines. Just simply click on both links and follow the instructions to submit your site to Yahoo and Bing and Google. Submitting your site to these three will feed it throughout the internet onto all of the other smaller search engines as well. Now that you have your website out on the web for customers to find you, I highly recommend following through with building a complete online presence for your business that includes social media, search engine optimization, and email marketing. This by far was our most difficult tutorial. All the other steps after this are a cinch. I encourage you to sign up to get full access to our toolkit so that your business can grow with viral online marketing results. Full access will also provide you with access to all of the forum topics and Edigy community, where you can ask questions and get advice and brainstorm with other businesses that are working towards online success. With the technology available today, you no longer need an online marketing professional. You can do it yourself with the right guidance, and our toolbox will walk you right through it. Get everything you need at Edigy.com.